They arrive in Tacloban, the worst affected area. The true scale of the devastation caused by Typhoon Haiyan is still not yet fully assessed. We do know 11 million people have been affected, 660,000 or more are homeless, and the 10,000 dead in Tacloban has been revised down to 2,000 by the local government. Some are asking how this can be done given the number of unanswered questions in the area and the number of places, of course, yet to be reached. We have reports throughout the day from our correspondents in the Philippines. The latest now from Mary Linton, who is in Cebu.
An island ripped apart by Typhoon Haiyan. Trees uprooted, power lines are down, and homes across Cebu stripped bare by winds almost reaching 200 miles an hour. Along the roadside, children spend the day holding up signs begging for food. Many of the schools here have been destroyed.
I was just in front of the school when it suddenly collapsed. When I saw it, I almost cried.
Dozens of people on the island died when the storm swept through on Friday. It could have been far worse. Thousands of residents were evacuated ahead of time. Anne and her young family were at home when the wind started to hit. Although there's not much left, she can't bear to leave.
I don't want to go to a refugee center because I want to stay with my things. During the typhoon, I remember it was terrible. We all thought the whole house was going to fly away. It felt like that for almost 5 hours.
Around 110,000 of the island's displaced have taken refuge in makeshift evacuation centers like this school. Do you have blankets?
No, nothing. We all just stretch out on the floor and sleep like this.
In the face of the devastation, the community is banding together. But further help is needed. Private companies distribute clean water. Others hand out rice. Supplies which, for the moment, are unlikely to last more than a week.
An appeal has been launched by the United Nations to raise $300 million it says is needed to help the Philippines in the wake of Typhoon Haiyan. The UN says 11 million people have been affected by the destruction.
The first wave of relief supplies arrive at Tacloban Airport. From dawn until dusk, 3 Philippine Air Force jets deliver both foreign and domestic aid to the devastated island.
This is just the first batch. Right now we have collected around 100 tons of material, and in the future we are also planning to give more helping hands.
Authorities are concerned survivors of Friday's devastating typhoon could be hit by a humanitarian crisis. Many are without clean water, food and shelter. Others are in dire need of medical assistance. The UN says funds are needed urgently. It's appealed to the international community to raise over 220 million euros to aid efforts.
11.3 million people have been affected by the typhoon in 9 regions across central Philippines. Of those affected, we estimate that 673,000 are displaced.
As aid arrives, thousands wait in Tacloban's typhoon-wrecked airport, praying for a plane out.
We waited in line because there are a lot of dead bodies where we were staying, and my children were starting to get sick because of the smell. That's why we want to go to Manila.
Destruction from the typhoon and poor weather conditions continue to hamper rescue efforts. Aid workers and foreign military forces are still yet to reach some remote towns and villages in the centre of the country.
Mark Thompson in Paris and Mary Linton there reporting from Cebu. Well, new names have gained a seat on the UN Human Rights Council. China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Vietnam and Cuba. People are asking how this has happened when these countries